Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to upgrade our Model Y from the stock roof setup to this fancy electric sunshade, now with voice control from Hancho. Alright guys, so here's the box that the sunshade came in. This is what it looks like once you open the box. And here are some of the tools that came with the sunshade. We have a longer screwdriver and a shorter one here. You have a little pry tool, some electric tape, the actual wiring harness that we're going to use to tap into power. You have 3 screws here, so one is actually a spare, you only need 2. And then 2 brackets to mount in the front of the vehicle. And you can see there's a little bit of soft padding here on the top, and then it's metal on the bottom. And then finally we have some adhesive tape to cover the metal frame after you're done mounting the sunshade. Also, they give you a pair of white gloves, and it comes with the instruction manual. And since this sunshade has voice control, here are the voice instructions to control the sunshade. You also get this yellow plastic tool to help you fish the wire through the trim of the vehicle. Comes in real handy. Here's a closer view of the back of the sunshade. Here's the bracket that's actually going to slide into the rear panel here. There's actually 3 of them. So here's another piece here that we're going to use to hook in. So there's a 3rd one. And here's the wire that needs to be fished through the trim to plug into our power. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what it's going to look like mounting the front of the sunshade to the vehicle. This is how the bracket will sit, and then this is where we'll screw the bracket to the sunshade. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is to remove the weather stripping, which is covering the trim, and it's just held on with some glue, so if you just grab a piece of it and give it a good pull, it should come right out. And you just want to be a little careful here, because if there is glue, it's rather sticky. But go ahead and remove the weather stripping all the way up along the trunk, because that's where we're going to run the wiring. So before we mess with anything regarding electrical, I do recommend that you go into the safety menu and power off the vehicle. Alright, so this is the harness that I was talking about. It was kind of just tucked inside there, so I just reach my hand in and pull it out. But this is it right here. So that just unplugs like so. You take their male piece here and plug it in. And this side will go down here. And that's how we're going to tap in to have power. Then you can just tuck this back in and run the wire up. We'll just leave it there for now. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is slide the sunshade in from the rear, and you'll have to kind of go at an angle to get it to fit. Once inside, just rest the front of the sunshade on the front driver and passenger seats, and then I use the rear seats as support, so you just flip them up, and you can do this with just one person if you can't get a second pair of hands. Next, you will want to attach the plug to the yellow fishing tool using the provided electrical tape. Then fish the wire through the trim towards the trunk. Locate the wire on the other side of the trim, remove the electrical tape, and plug into the harness. This might be a good time to test out your sunshade before you organize and tuck your wires away. You can now secure the rear side of the sunshade by lifting the sunshade up and sliding the 3 metal brackets into the trim. We can finally attach the front of the sunshade using the 2 brackets and screws as shown here. If you're having trouble aligning the bracket with the screw holes, I recommend holding the bracket with your index finger and pinching the sunshade and bracket together in order to properly align the screw. Don't forget to install the adhesive film, which helps cover up the reflection of the metal bracket against the glass roof of the vehicle. Tuck in any excess wires in the trunk area and reseat the weather stripping accordingly. Hello, TT.
I am here.
Open sunshade.
Open.
Close sunshade.
Close
Stop motor.
Stop.
Close sunshade.
Close.
When you let go, it just stops. We are really impressed with this electric sunshade from Hancho. It blends in quite nicely and actually looks like an original part from the manufacturer. Functionality is smooth and the motor isn't loud or bothersome. We highly recommend this product and look forward to using it on our next adventure. Product link is in the description along with a coupon code for 20% off.